Hi guys, I'm Antonis Vizentinis, and in this video I will teach you how to create a linear layout, how to add a text field, how to add the string resource, how to add a button, and how to make the input box fill in the screen width. Before we start, we will say some things about the user interface, the graphical user interface for an Android app. Is built using a hierarchy of view and view group objects. View objects are usually the user interface widgets such as a button or a text fields, and view group objects are invisible view containers that define how the child views are laid out, such as in a grid or a vertical list. In this lesson, as I said before, we will create a layout in XML that includes a text field and a button. In the following lesson, we will respond when the button is pressed by sending the content of the text field to another activity. So let's start. Create first a linear layout. We will create the linear layout in activity main XML, as you see here. Double click it, and if it's not open, it will open here the activity main XML. Let's close the main activity Java if it's open. Here is the layout in Eclipse. When you open a layout file, your first shown is a graphical layout editor, is this one. This is an editor that helps you build using the way as you see it. For this lesson we are going to work directly with XML, so click the activity main tab here to open the XML editor. The blank activity template you choose when you create this project includes the activity main XML file with a relative layout and a relative layout root view and a text view child view. This one is the text view child view who contains the message with a hello world in the graphical layout. So first we delete the text view, and second we change the relative layout to linear layout. Okay, we delete the padding button over here, and we change this. We can delete this also, and we will change it. If you make the bracket and slash, we have the result that we want with linear layout. We start with linear layout, we close with linear layout, and in here we have to create an Android attribute. We want the orientation horizontal. Click the O, and we have the orientation here. We can write horizontal in the brackets, but we can delete and use this way. We have two layouts, the horizontal and the vertical. We use horizontal for this. Be careful, don't delete this one, because we will have a problem. It's for the attributes of the root layout. Now linear layout is a view group, a subclass of view group that lays out child views in either vertical or horizontal orientation as specified by the Android orientation attribute. Each child of a linear layout appears on the screen in the order in which it appears in the XML. The other two attributes we see here is the layout width and the layout height are required for all views in order to specify their size. Because the linear layout is the root view, in the layout, it should fill the entire screen area. That's available to the app by setting the width and height to match parent. This value declares that the view should expand its width or height to match the width or height of the parent view. Now let's continue to create a user entity table text field. We can add an edit text element inside the linear layout. Here, click enter and close it with slash and greater. Okay, and here we can write all the attributes for this view. First attribute is Android ID. At Android ID provides a unique identifier for the view, which you can use to reference the object from your app code, such as read or manipulate the object. We will see it in the next lesson. Two more attributes is the Android width, layout width, and Android layout height. We can copy it from here, paste it, and then we will change the width to wrap content, so the width can be as big as needed to fit the contents of the view, but I think it's better if we use match parent. Then the edit text element will fill the screen because it will match to the size of the parent linear layout. We can see it. But in the height, we can use, as I said before, the match the wrap content. Sorry. So we can continue with another attribute, the hint. Is the last one, and in here we will put the message that we want to appear when the edit text appears in our view. Instead of using a hard-coded string as the value, we will use another value who refers to a string resource defined in a separated file. Let's do that. Click add string / edit message. However, because you haven't defined the string, we haven't defined the string resource yet, you will see a compiler error at first. We will fix it this in the next section by defining the string. This string resource has the same name as the element ID, the edit message put here. However, a reference to resource are always copied by resource type, such as ID or string, so using the same name does not cause collisions. Let's delete this. And now let's go to add a string resource. When you need to add text in the user interface, you should always specify its string as a resource. String resource allows you to manage all user interface text in a single location, which make it easier to find and update the text. By default, your Android project includes a string resource file at res values strings XML, this one. Double click it. We can add a new string with a name edit message, and the value of this string will be enter a message. Save it, and let's create another string with name button set and value, let's say sent, and we will use that in the following lessons. Let's save it and close the string XML. Now let's go to add a new button after the edit text view. Here let's use the button is here, double click it, click enter, click the greater, and you will see it's ready. So in here we can put all the properties for the button. We need a layout width, a layout height, and text. So Android layout width with wrap content, and the third attribute we will use the text. We will refer to string that we made before at string slash, we name it button set. I think we are okay, and here is the second view. So let's see in a graphical view what we have done. You see here, enter a message, and we can see the button that we make. Let's go back to main XML. I think we have to change the layout width for now to see what's going on. Use ramp content. Let's go to see it. Yes, under the message here, and beside that the string button set who can't resolve to resource string button. So go back to main activity, to main XML, sorry, and let's go to the strings button set with uppercase the first and lowercase the second. So as you can see here, we have a case sensitive issue. Okay, now we will make the input box fill in the screen width as we did it before, and this works fine for the button, but does not as well for the text field, because the user might type something longer. So it will be nice to fill the unused screen with the text field. You can do this inside the linear layout within using the layout weight attribute. The weight value is a number that specifies the amount of the remaining space each view should consume relative to the amount consumed by sibling views. Let's go to the main XML, and here we can use Android layout weight. Let's put one inside. You have to understand how this attribute is working. It's very useful. For example, if you give one view a weight of 2 and another one a weight of 1, the sum is 3. So if the first view fills 2 of 3 of the remaining space, and the second view fills the rest of it. If you add a third view and give it a weight of 1, then the first view with weight of 2 now gets 1 of 2. The remaining space, while the remaining 2 each get 1 of 40. The default of all views is 0, so if you specify any weight value greater than 0, the only one view, then that view fills whatever space remains after all views are given the space that requires. So to fill the remaining space in the layout with the edit text, the element we give a weight of 1 and leave the button with no weight. That's why you put here 1. And let's see now if it's working. Okay, that's it. Now, in order to improve the layout efficiency, when you specify the weight, you should change the width of the edit text to be 0. Setting the width to 0 improves the layout performance because using wrap contents as the width requires the system to calculate a width that is ultimately irrelevant because the weight value requires another width calculation to fill the remaining space. So let's go to activity main XML and use in the width layout width 0 density pixels. So let's go again to graphical view. That's it. And let's go to save the application, close the XML and start to run it to see what is the result. Right click, run as Android application, select the emulator, my emulator when I develop an app always is running. Select the emulator from here, click OK to see what will happen. And here is our application, is running with the text tab, view and the button. So thank you that you are listening this lesson, and I hope I see you again in the next one.